Hi, Sandra Wilson here. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist and I help people with compulsive behaviours, including trichotillomania and dermatillomania. So, in other words, hair pulling and skin picking. So, I thought I would make a series of videos about common questions that I'm asked. And today's video is entitled, "Is trichotillomania really a habit that can be reversed?" Now, some people with trich are treated, sometimes successfully, with a type of therapy called habit reversal training. Now, when I'm approached by a new client with this condition, it does seem that it's not always successful. And that's because even though we can consciously change a habit with repetition and commitment, trich is not really a disorder that is created in our conscious mind, if that makes sense. So approaching it as a habit that can be changed with repetition is not likely to work for everybody. Although certainly for some people, I'm not knocking the treatment itself. So if it isn't a habit, then what is it? Trich is more likely to be subconsciously driven, and as such is quite mysterious, but we would call it, or certainly I would call it, a compulsion. And that is why it is so stubborn and powerful. Compulsions come from a deep, primeval need to survive, and they often don't make logical sense. So, for example, if you don't perform the compulsive action, there may be a belief, which is sometimes hidden, that something bad will happen. A belief that you won't cope with a challenge, perhaps, can often create an increase in pulling, because the feeling of pulling provides relief, or that soothing feeling, that pressure valve releasing feeling. And you aren't necessarily pulling to stop something bad from happening, but to either help you avoid something bad or to cope with negative thoughts and feelings. So trich could therefore be seen as a compulsive coping mechanism. And habits can be easy to change when we have a strong intention, a strong desire to make the change. And this is often present. That feeling is often present when you first decide to stop pulling. But how long does that feeling last? It's because you aren't working on the real problem. The habit is surface level, if indeed it's even a habit at all. A compulsion runs much deeper and is linked to survival, like I said before, and your subconscious mind holds the answers for you. But it's not that easy to interpret or even access. Now think about what you're trying to avoid in your life. Sometimes that can give you a clue. And I'll give you an example. I had a client fairly recently who, after a couple of sessions, realized that she actually had social anxiety and very low self-esteem. And she pulled so much that she had the perfect excuse to stay at home where it was safe. And I hope this makes sense. Obviously, it's a massive topic, and I'm going to cover a lot more in future videos. I hope that you found it interesting, and if you have any opinion or view, I would love to know what you think. So please think about making a comment below. Bye for now.